Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This episode is going to be a mail call, a shout out, and a general bench update. First with the shout out and mail call. So the other day, you'll recall I was mocking up the wheels and brake rotors on the Chevelle, and I was having a hard time with the front brake rotors not fitting in behind the wheels properly. And Dan over at 60's Rule channel said that he may have some that I could have, and he sent them to me. So I got them in the mail, and they're out of their bag because I've been using them mock up. And unfortunately, Dan, they're the same size as the ones that I have already, but I'm still going to use them anyway. I'm just going to thin them out a little bit and sand around the circumference and make them a little bit smaller. They don't need much adjustment, just some. I'm going to make these work anyway. So I appreciate you sending them to me. I think they're pretty cool. I'm going to use these being that they're already chrome, as opposed to the other ones that still need to be painted up and stuff. So the other thing he sent me, he left me a note in the envelope that said that my Pro Street needs a super coil. So he included a B&L resin super coil. So now, instead of the regular coil that I normally use, it's going to have an Excel super coil on the firewall. So I get this painted up, and I'll get it put on the firewall, and I'll wire it up. I appreciate it, Dan, very much. So guys, most of you already know who Dan is over at 60's Rule, but if you don't, go check out his channel. He's a real cool cat. He's into the vintage stuff. He does some awesome builds. He's an all-around good guy. The link will be in the description. Thank you again, Dan. Oh, and I had the shop card already. But yeah, so general bench update. Let's talk some stuff here. So I'm not going to be updating the Pro Street group build until I'm done with it, because at this point now I'm just doing little tedious stuff that is just that. It's little tedious stuff. You'll get bored with it. So stuff like, you know, adding pedals and gauges to the dashboard, or painting a steering wheel, or painting wheels. Let me turn the light on right here real quick. This wasn't the original plan, but they are now chrome and copper color. And I kind of like them, so I'm going to leave them. This one I had to redo. I had to strip it. I had to reprime it, repaint it, and I still got to repaint the center. And in case you're wondering, the chrome is Rusto Bright Coat. And it works for me, guys. If I let this sit enough to cure and I paint it when the humidity is not too high, it works out pretty good. And it would probably be even better if I had a dehydrator. And that's one thing I'm going to be picking up real soon. But yeah, I've used that stuff on several sets of wheels, bumpers, and stuff like that. And as long as you let it set and cure and you don't get too hasty with it, it works out okay. Obviously, you still can't handle it, roughly, because it'll rub off or it'll smear and stuff like that. But you get the picture. You know what I'm talking about. Keeping with the Pro Street theme, you'll recall that I was talking about having a bunch of Pro Street stuff. Well, I didn't want you thinking I was lying. So, but what I don't understand is why everything is not in one location. The kit that I was going to turn into a Pro Street had all this stuff in it, and I don't understand how it got dispersed. But anyway, this is something that I ordered from Ted's Model Marketplace. It's a Future Attraction Scale Products 4-link for a 4.9-inch rear end. Now, I also have that 4.9-inch rear end somewhere, as well as a rear frame section, rear half, back half for a Pro Street car. And I just don't know where they are. I wish I could find all of the stuff. But for some reason, it's all dispersed, and I'll come across it sooner or later, I guess. So, yeah, tonight I probably could have clear coated this. The humidity fell down to like 45% or whatnot, and I could have done it, but I just didn't get around to it. I'm fresh out of round 2s, guys. I'm sorry. But that's one of the reasons why I said I'm not going to update anymore. I'm not going to dedicate full videos to updating the Pro Street. because now it's just a bunch of small stuff in final assembly, and you don't really need to see that, right? I'm going to move on to some other stuff like the shop truck group build, and there's a couple other builds I'd like to get to, and so I'm going to start on those and probably bring you some content in regards to those. And also, I'm going to be doing some experimenting with paint upcoming. So that's another thing that I want to talk to you about. There's a lot of guys that I watch that I know that use this brand of paints, and I believe that you guys can help me out. And in the next couple of seconds, we're going to be talking about them. Stick around. Alright, welcome back. So, as you can see, I've got a bunch of Createx products in front of me. And I've got 4 bottles of Wicked Colors, and I've got some 40-30 and some 40-50 gloss UVLS clear here, as well as a reducer. Now, I've had these for quite a while. Well, the Wicked Colors I've had for a while. As you can see, they were on clearance from Hobby Lobby. And my wife picked them up for me several years ago. Probably, I don't know, 5 years ago. And I just recently picked up the Balancing Clear and the 40-50. Okay? And I had the reducer probably for a while. I had every intention on using these paints, and I tried spraying them one time. I tried spraying the violet on a truck cab, and it ran off, right? Because I didn't know. I just read what was on the bottle. Everybody told me they were airbrush ready, so I just went and I dumped it in there in the cup, and I started spraying. Well, as I was starting to spray, you know, the stuff just ran. And I played with my air pressure and my flow and all kinds of stuff, and I could never get it to run right. So that led me to watching, I don't know how many hours, untold hours of video from Createx themselves and other painters, airbrushers that use Createx products exclusively. So I'm finally starting to understand the things that I did wrong. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the products that they have to offer and what they could do for my model building. So in the next coming weeks, I guess I'm going to start experimenting using the Createx colors. And I'm not going to ditch Tamiya, and I'm not going to ditch MCW, but I want to try start, broadening my horizon, so to speak, and start using some other stuff. So I want to start trying with Createx and see how well I could do with that. Because, their lines of paints, they're pretty phenomenal. I mean, some of the stuff that I see done with their paints and all the products that they have to offer, man, it's pretty amazing what they have to offer. So, like I said earlier, I may need your help. I know some of you guys use Createx paints, and if you see something on here that I need but do not have right now to get me started, please let me know in the comments. Now, I know that they have other clears, like it goes, they got 40-53 that they use for a top coat exclusively, and it's, I don't want to say that it rivals 2K, but I've seen some results of the 40-53 alongside 2K, and it's pretty good stuff. So, being that I haven't used 2K, and I'm going to be moving into my hobby room, and I'm going to be bringing all my airbrush stuff inside, I want to go with a water-based paint. Makes sense, right? I don't think the missus would want to smell the Tamiya or the MCW or anything else in the house. Excuse me, had to clear my throat. So, like I said, I have the Balancing Clear. I have the 40-50, so if I have to mix it up, I have those. I have the reducer, and I have some of the paints. Now, I intend on getting some Candy 2Os and some others. Now, I also have the regular Airbrush Colors and the Opaque Airbrush Colors. And from my understanding, this really isn't good for what we do on hard surfaces, model building and stuff. Unless I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, please tell me that down in the comment section. But I was under the impression that these were for like textiles, fabrics, and stuff like that. But if I'm wrong, let me know, because I have probably six or eight opaques down here. Yeah. Yeah, I got 7 altogether, I guess. And, reach down in my magic bag. Yeah, basically all... Oh, I've got a pearlized one, too. And then white. Put that over there. So I don't know, guys. You can tell me. I learn from you guys. So if you can help me out with this stuff, it'd be greatly appreciated. And let me know. Like I said, if I need something that I don't currently have, let me know about it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.